Hey everybody, what's going on? Real quick before we get into it, I want to say congratulations to the winners from the previous video. You guys are now entered into the giveaway for the $100 gift card. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to card to it up there. You can look at the details for the giveaway real quick. Come back here and participate if you would like to. Also, quick note, might not be a bad idea to turn on my notifications. I'm getting a ton of comments lately from people telling me they're not seeing my videos until 4 or 5 hours after they're uploaded. Or they're not being notified of me uploading at all. So if you are subscribed and you're not seeing my videos, turning on that notification bell would help me out a lot, and it would enable you to see my videos when they go up. I'm getting a lot of people saying they're missing my stuff lately. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. What I want to talk about today is arena farming in Calibria. Important. Now I'll talk about why it's important first, and then we'll go into how to set it up. A very, very easy to build, easy to use, free to play team that you can come in here and farm arena with. The reason that it's important to farm arena is because if you come into this totem, you'll notice that there's these different things that you can power up, and these affect the whole game, not just arena. So for example, when I come in here and I level up the speed totem, it affects all of my heroes' speed everywhere in the game. All of my heroes now get this bonus to their base speed, okay? And you can do this with attack, HP, crit damage. Then you can come in and work on specific factions and power them up specifically. But the big one in here is speed. As you know, speed is very important across the board in all of these games. It's a very important thing to have. So the bigger of a bump you can put to someone's base speed, the easier things are going to be for you moving on. But these are all important, don't get me wrong. I'm hard focusing speed, and that's what I would recommend you do, but it does get very expensive. So if you wanted to bounce around and power up some other stuff, it'll depend on your hero box, what you're working on, where you might feel like you're lacking a little bit. But this is something that is a very long-term project. It's a very long-term investment, but it is going to be very worth it. Later in the game, it is going to be what makes you stand out from another player. With maybe the same setup, same build, maybe you've put more into your tower than they have. Totem. Sorry, I'm going to keep calling it tower, but into your totem. So it'll make you stand apart. Going to make things a lot easier for you. As we get more content, as the game grows, this is a very important thing to invest in. Beyond the totem, if we come into the shop, you'll notice we have honor, and we have honor from here and the Apex Arena. Now, there's not a lot to spend the Apex Arena currency on right now. EXP catch, which I wouldn't really recommend doing, or the essences for conversion. Now I have bought these quite a few times to speed up the process at which I get to convert someone that I'm trying to convert. But beyond that, there's not a lot to spend Apex Arena currency on. But here, there is a good bit of stuff. You can get some scrolls, but the main attraction here is to make sure you get your one skill cat per week, right? You can farm one of these a week. It's not really too expensive. So get your skill cat. And then what I would recommend is that every other point you get from farming arena goes in here, whether it be straight to speed or whatever it is you think you want to power up. It is a very important thing to be doing if you're going to be playing long term and if you want your account to get strong, right? It's a boost that over time is going to be huge. So let's talk about the team, the free-to-play team that I'm going to take in with you. Now, what I'm showing you how to build here is called a cleave composition. And that just means it's designed to get in, cleave the team, and be done. Take the first turn, end it on the first turn, get in, get out. This way you can burn through really quickly, get in and out of your arena farming really quickly. That's quite a little toot there on that horn. It's designed for efficiency and speed, and it can actually be pretty effective in the higher levels. I held rank 3 in arena recently, running only a cleave. I was just running a cleave, and I ended up holding rank 3, so it can be very effective, but I'm going to show you the free-to-play version of it. We're going to be using Phantom Wolf. Let me get my list of where all they're farmable. We're going to be using Phantom Wolf, who you can farm from Earl Plains. We're going to be using Windwalker, who you can get from Blackpool Hills, which I'm sure we all know that by now. That's where you should be farming your experience. You probably see a ton of Windwalkers. We're going to be using Orc Warrior for our damage. You can get him from Luna Lake. And we're going to be using White for our AoE defense break, and you can get her from Mount Asia. I don't know how to say it, but the skill setups you're going to want are like this, okay? You're going to want her to have this one for her A2, Unleash a Fatal Howl, which deals attack damage to all enemies, 55% chance to reduce the target's defense for 2 turns. This is pretty crucial. This is why she's here. She is here to put up an AoE defense break so that Orc Warrior can come in and do his heavy AoE damage and take the team out, okay? So we've got Phantom Wolf here for the speed lead and the bonus speed lead for our Windwalker. We've got Windwalker here to give us the first turn. Then we've got White for the defense break and Orc Warrior for the damage. So I'm going to take you in and show you, and then I'll let you see a little bit more. Now, as far as rune sets, we're just going to go in the fight tab because I think my team is a little bit too high for a 5-star free-to-play geared team to come in and show off. But I just want to show you how this team is designed to work, okay? So again, the Wolf's going to be the lead, and then you've got your other 3. And let's take a look at what this team does, what it's designed to do here. We'll put it on 1 just so you can see. So again, Windwalker gives us the first turn. Now with the Wolf, it really doesn't matter. I think in a perfect world, he would be a little bit faster than, I'm sorry, a little bit slower than the White, but with the speed lead giving him the speed boost and not giving it to her, this is the situation we find ourselves in. It is not that big of a deal, so you can just let him do his thing. Just, you know. Unfortunately, he took that team out because it's too weak. Let's scroll down to the bottom to some harder teams. And maybe he won't one-shot everybody. I mean, if that's how it works out for you, then great. You're in and out faster. But again, we're going first turn. Homeboy here can do whatever he likes. Now, White putting up the defense break. So we landed 3. And then Orc Warrior coming in and putting in the work. Now, he did have disadvantage there. Let's give him another turn. He did have disadvantage there, so he wasn't able to one-shot. And again, these guys don't have, like, super powered up gear or, you know, they're not 6-starred. They don't have crazy gear. I just took some leftover 4- and 5-star gear that I had lying around to put on them to get the turn order right. But if you build these, if you dedicate some attention to these champs in this team, they're gonna be able to put out some damage. What I may do a little down the line is actually 6-star these guys and actually take them into higher level arena to show you that even against, you know, teams that are built well, that are supposed to be tanky, this team can still slice through it, right? The only thing we're really missing here is an attack buff. So if you had any substitutions that could fill multiple roles, then, you know, that would be really good. For example, for your defense breaker, if you happen to have a succubus, well, then let her be your defense break because she's also attack buffing the team, right? So you could put her in place of White. Obviously, if you've got a Lich King or, you know, someone who does heavy AoE damage, you can put them in the Orc Warrior's position. Windwalker's pretty good at her job. I don't know that there's too many people I would rather have in her spot than her. And then, you know, for this main lead right here, if you happen to have an Enchantress, she's a great speed lead, and she's got a really nice A3 that can't be resisted, that will reset someone's turn meter and stun them. So let's say you've got another Windwalker that looks like she may cut the order of your team. You use your Windwalker, your Enchantress goes, she can reset that Windwalker to keep your team from getting interrupted, right? But that's basically it. That's the gist of it. It's all fairly standard builds. Nothing too crazy going on here. I'll go in and show you their gear and their stats and let you get a feel for what you'll need to be aiming for. And you can go start farming this right now, and it is very important to do. Arena is a very important thing to be farming. You do want to get that totem up, and you do want to be getting your weekly skill cat. So we've seen what they do enough. You get the gist of it. Let's take a look at them real quick. Now, again, your Windwalker does not have to be this fast. As long as she's the fastest one on the team, right? You want to strive to have her fast, and she needs to go first. You don't have to match that speed to do it. You just need to make sure that your team is in the same range, that they're going to be speed tuned. Because let's say that this is the speed of my Windwalker, and then the speed of my next one in line is only this. There's a lot of room for an enemy to cut me there, right? So try to be within that 30% or whatever her boost is. Try to be within that range with your team. But again, some examples of substitutions like we were talking about. For Phantom Wolf, if you had an Enchantress, she's got a great speed lead, and again, she can reset the turn meter here with this one. She would be a great one to have as your lead in a comp like this. Windwalker, easy to get, fantastic at her job. I don't really think you need to worry too much about replacing her. Your White, who is your AoE defense break. Succubus, if you happen to have a Succubus, she is an excellent option. AoE defense break for 3 turns. And she attack buffs the whole team. That is really crazy. She makes the enemies weaker and your team stronger at the same time. It is a big deal. It is a big deal skill. There's a reason she's in that 5. If you happen to have someone to substitute out for Orc Warrior, could be Lich King, could be Spider Queen, could be lots of options. I mean, Archmage is not a bad damage dealer for these situations. Any decent damage dealer, I think Eve might do good AoE damage if you've got an Eve already. You could use your Angel of Death and let her take everybody out one by one. You know, you set her up with the defense break and with everything properly. She should be able to go in and pick everybody off with a decent amount of damage put in on her. So you have options here for the damage dealer, but that's basically it. And again, for runes, just throw some attack runes. Attack and crit rate runes here. We went speed, crit rate. Oh my god, click it. And attack. Standard damage build. Here, we went speed, HP, and hit to kind of help her land the defense break. Nothing too crazy, right? Pretty standard builds for each role. Just fill the roles. And then over time, you'll learn to pick your fights, right? You'll learn who are harder to cleave, who you should avoid. You know, sometimes I don't really want to go in and try to cleave a destruction idol, for example. If anyone has a Dow Lord, probably skip over them. You know, the more that you use this cleave, occasionally you'll take a loss with it and you'll start to learn how to pick your fights a little better. And it'll get to a point where you pretty much never lose, right? Because you'll know how to pick your fights. And then you can build other comps for other things. But this is the cleave. This is the way to get in and out of arena, farm it quickly and efficiently, get your weekly skill cat, get your totem built up, and make your account stronger overall. So that's it. That's pretty much it. There's not a ton to cover here. I just wanted to show you guys how to build a cleave. I know there's a lot of new players in Calibria that maybe didn't come from other games or came from other games, or maybe a cleave wasn't a thing you would do. So just wanted to show you guys that and get you to it. So that's it. I hope it was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. If you are running any teams in Arena that were easy to build, free to play, farmable, or if you just want to let us know what you're running down in Arena to give people some ideas about different builds, different comps they could play around with, more information is always better in the comments. I know I always appreciate it. Other than that, I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure and participate in the giveaway. Turn on my notifications if you want to see when I upload, because YouTube be tripping lately. That's it. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.